It's Jayo Stole Sports. Been out for a little bit, but we back. NFL season's getting hot. Jay Lynch is
Yes,
out here.
sir.
You already know week 15 in the NFL season. Things are getting crazy and crazier by the week. But something that wasn't crazy at all, almost like a snooze fest this past Thursday night. These two head coaches, these two teams, it's supposed to be offense on offense.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
one touchdown?
Yeah. That
That's
that's
sad.
crazy. That's crazy. And it's funny enough, if you're in the betting world like myself, FanDuel put out a new market where it's either or for touchdown scorers. So they had Puka or Cooper, Debo or a Kittle to score a touchdown, and there was no touchdowns in the game. FanDuel hit a lick.
Damn.
FanDuel hit a lick with that one,
Oh
man.
my
It's crazy
goodness.
out here, man. You gotta be
Yeah.
safe in these betting streets.
That's crazy. But yeah, speaking about the NFC West, it's looking like right now the Rams 5 game winning streak, the Seahawks 4 game winning streak. Who do you see right now with the edge in that division? That division obviously is super stacked. The Cards at one point were in the lead, but
Yeah,
they fell off. The 49ers to begin the season were Super Bowl favorites. Looks
yeah,
like they're not even going to make the playoffs.
yeah.
Who do you see winning this division at the end of the season?
Yeah, this one has been difficult. Like it's changed like each and every week almost. And it's crazy to see where it is right now, to be honest. Like who would have thought Seattle, Geno Smith would be the one leading this division, right? And then
Hmm.
the Cards, like you didn't really believe in the Cards, right? And they showed
Never.
us that they were frauds right away. And I think the best team in that division right now is the LA Rams, right? I think the best team in that division is the LA Rams. They're getting healthier. Puka's back. Cooper Cup, even though he had zero receptions. Sorry for those fantasy owners of Cooper Cup, but I think this team has enough pieces, right? They're well coached. The defense is getting better. They have a good front. Um, they just need to win out at the end of the day. If they can get in the playoffs, they'll do well. But winning the division, that's another thing, right? Because I know I think, a game and a half behind Seattle. Um, I forget if they played each other twice already or if they have to play each other one more time. Um, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with this division. But I think the Rams are the best team, but Seattle could prove me wrong. They have a big game this weekend against the Green Bay Packers
Hmm.
at
Monday
home,
night.
right? Monday night and Sunday night, yeah, and it's like one of those things where, man, like if the Seattle wins that game at home, that's a huge win against a playoff contender, right? And that solidifies them as the NFC West winner, right? So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how things play out. Rams did what they had to do, beating the Niners. Now
Mhm.
it's up to Seattle, and then the Cards if they want to stay alive in the race, which they're going into your boy. They're playing New England this week. Drake May and them boys. Like who knows? I like Drake May with the points, but we'll see.
Hey man, so the Rams face the Seahawks week 18, the last game,
Oh, okay.
the last game of the season.
Yeah, that'll be
So
that'll tell us. Yeah, the winner of
yeah,
that
that's gonna
division.
tell us a lot. That's gonna tell us a lot. That's gonna be at SoFi Stadium, so the Rams will be at home.
Mm,
But hold on. You said
yeah.
the Rams defense is getting a little better? Like, come on,
Hey
bro.
man, did
Oh,
Niners
don't
score?
forget about last week, fam. Don't forget about last week against
Yo,
Josh
these
Allen and the
these
Bills.
games come in and quick. Sunday is Saturday to Thursday. You got short term memory sometimes, man. It's
40,
crazy.
40 points they giving up, and then okay, I'll give you 6 points. But no CMC. Debo doesn't need Debo should have walked off the field, not Devondre Campbell. Debo should have walked off the field because, bro, you're not producing. Just walk off the
Nah,
field and chain.
that was crazy, bro. That catch right there, fam. If he catches that, fam, that's probably a touchdown.
Yeah, of course.
I came, dropped it,
Yeah,
went off the field.
gone.
Unbelievable,
It's
bro.
crazy. But you're going Rams. I'm actually going Seahawks. I'm going
Mm,
Seahawks because I look at these guys, they have so much weapons, right? They
yeah,
have so much weapons. And I feel like that makes the life easier for a new head coach. Mike McDonald, he's a
yeah,
defensive guy. And once you bring a new coach in, one side of the ball, let him do his job. He is working with the defense. The defense is good. He doesn't have to worry about the offense. Offense is already good.
Yeah,
DK didn't even have a big game last week, but their
yeah.
secondary weapons, their secondary options, they're beasts.
Yeah, Jackson Smith and Jigma,
Hmm.
he's breaking out, man.
Yep.
He's having a breakout year. He's getting
Yep.
at least averaging at least 5 catches a game and
Yeah.
going for like more than 60 or 70 yards. So
He got in the end zone last week. You see
yeah,
Ken Walker, he's out. And look
yeah.
at a guy step in like Zach Charbonnet.
Shout
Two
out the
tutties,
Canadians, man. Shout out the Canadian mandem. Yes,
two
sir.
tutties,
Yeah,
193 all-purpose yards. So again, Seahawks, 4 game winning streak. I think what Mike McDonald is doing on the defensive side of the field,
yeah,
like you have to appreciate what he's done right away. And he is a dark horse for coach of the year. He probably won't get it, but like
yeah.
he came
It's
in
a
right
tough
away.
race. It's a
He
tough
came
race.
in right
Yeah, yeah,
away, man. And
yeah.
I think they match up well with the Rams. Their DBs, Kobe Bryant,
Yeah, it's true.
Witherspoon,
Yeah.
Rick Woolen.
Tariq Woolen. Yeah,
Bro, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You
yeah,
see Geno Smith, like he's not forcing anything. He's not
yeah.
forcing anything. I think
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
playing
No
smart.
interceptions last week.
No
I thought he
interception.
would guarantee an interception last week,
Yeah.
but no interception. Yeah,
He's just playing smart. So I think that game, everything's gonna be on the line for that game in week
100%.
18.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a huge game, and I'm thinking that the Seahawks are the team right now. But as you mentioned in the start of the episode, every week is changing.
yeah,
Every week is changing.
yeah,
So we'll see what happens. Enough with the NFC West. I want to ask you, what is going on in Philly?
yeah.
What is going on there, man? It's supposed to be the city of brotherly love. A guy like Brandon Graham,
You got two brothers not loving each other, man.
a
It's
guy like
crazy.
Brandon Graham, Super Bowl champion, a
Yeah,
vet,
yeah.
Aaron, no,
Leaking
Jalen
out
Hurts and
audio.
AJ Brown's relationship,
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy, and I don't know what it is, especially with the Eagles. They're on a nine game winning streak.
11
They're
and
winning.
2.
So it doesn't even make sense why there's drama all of a sudden.
Yeah,
They're getting the job done. Saquon's playing out of his mind
that's the run back in the league.
just because AJ, I mean, again, AJ Brown's numbers are down drastically. Like
Yes.
he is used to having 1,400 yard games. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, year seasons,
Cheers.
and he has 800. He doesn't even have 1,000 yet, And we're here at the tail end of the season, so of course you'd be upset. But really and truly, watching back that Panthers game, I had AJ Brown anytime touchdown.
Mm.
Jalen Hurts did miss him. It's almost like he was avoiding him because he did have a slant right in the end zone, wide open, and Hurts went to Devontae.
Mm.
So I don't know what it is. Hurts, I mean, at the end of the day, they're winning the game. They're running the
Exactly.
ball, and that's winning. And if you're playing winning football, there shouldn't be an issue. But again, you know how wide receivers are,
The
especially number
Devo.
one receivers. They're divas, and they have to be divas. It's part of the persona of being a number one receiver. You
Not
know what I
all
mean? You
of
don't
them.
see a number one receiver. You've seen all the greats. All of them were divas.
You can't see not all of them because Jettas is not a diva like that. Jettas last week, Jettas got in the end zone for the first time in 2 months, fam. You didn't
Jetas
hear him.
is.
You didn't hear him saying, "Oh, yo, I'm not getting the ball."
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
like
yeah,
he's happy for his guys. He's happy for Jordan Addison getting in the touchdown. A guy like AJ Brown, why are you not happy that Devontae got a touchdown? Why are you not happy that
yeah,
Calcaterra got his first career touchdown? Like, be
yeah, yeah,
for your guys. This guy's way too stubborn. And one more
yeah.
thing about that situation. I appreciate that Jalen Hurts, he stood up for himself because when
Hmm.
they asked him about the Brandon Graham comments, he's like, yeah, he spoke out of turn. And you're the quarterback, bro. It
Hmm.
doesn't matter if he's been in the league longer, if he's a vet, if he has a Super Bowl over you. You are the franchise.
Yeah,
And yeah, like, come on, man. You can't be talking like man's on these podcasts way too much.
yeah. It's
I
true.
expect that
It's
from the
true.
young dogs. I don't expect that from the
Yeah. The
vets.
vet, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing is with Hurts is going to be professional, right?
Yeah.
And he always carries himself in a professional manner. And he almost doesn't let this outside noise get to him,
Yeah.
even though, like, you may see it, he's still not going to talk on it. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? He might have beef or whatever the case may be, but he's going to
Yeah.
keep pushing. And
Yeah.
I appreciate that about Hurts. But again, Eagles team, they're looking like a Super Bowl contender. So they need to figure it out before, they get figured out.
Yeah, and like I know that was a gimme game, but hey man, if Leggett catches that, that's a touchdown
Game.
and they
Yeah.
they they lose that game.
Yeah.
So they still need to be careful. Like as good as they're playing, they need to be careful.
Yeah. I agree.
Um, I look at Saquon Barkley, Josh Allen, two MVP front runners. You have to pick today. Who are you going with?
So Saquon or
Or Josh Allen? Or
Josh
maybe
Allen?
do you have another favorite? Because I can't see
No,
anybody.
no. I mean, if Burrow had a few more wins, if Burrow had a few more wins, but nonetheless, like you can't. Again, you're not a playoff team,
Not a
so
playoff
we
team.
can't,
They're under
we can't, we
500.
can't include him. But
No.
yeah, it's clear. It's clear that it's Josh Allen. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Unfortunately, like how the NFL and the MVP award is given, it's a quarterback award at the end of the day. Um, and I just feel like you see the numbers that Josh Allen put. What, 6 touchdowns, passing and rushing?
Three passing, three rushing.
That's unbelievable for a quarterback. That is out of this world. So really and truly, like it's Josh Allen's to lose.
Okay.
Um, do I think it could slip out of his hands?
I
I think
mean,
it could. Right.
facts.
Even though he lost to the Rams, he put up the numbers, so it balanced out. If he goes into Detroit this weekend and they lose to get blown out, I think that conversation changes, especially if Saquon has a game where one, he just runs all over the Steelers' steelhead defense,
Mm.
and two, and one thing we are missing, I did mention if Josh Allen goes into Detroit and loses, we have to still discuss Jared Goff at the end of the day. Because if
Just,
Jared Goff takes out Josh Allen convincingly, has a great game, 2 passing touchdowns, and he lets Sonic and Knuckles do his thing, and they're the number one seed in the NFC, like he gotta be in the conversation. Do you not agree?
I don't agree. The only
Okay.
reason is because he has a like his supporting cast is way more they're way more helpful.
Yeah.
So he can have mediocre days. He can throw the ball for less than 20 passing attempts and be good. Saquon, he can't depend on Jalen Hurts to throw the ball left, right, center. Josh Allen, he can't depend on his running game to get him over 100, 150 yards every game. So these guys are doing way more. And to touch on the Josh Allen MVP or being in the lead, I look at it like this. Josh Allen has to win this game.
Hmm.
He's had like two big games so far.
Yeah.
One last week where he lost, and one against Kansas City where he won. So I
Correct.
think he needs to win this game in order to keep at the top,
Yeah.
solidify that number one spot.
Yeah.
But if he loses and by the end of the year Saquon gets 2K rushing yards, I think you got to go Saquon, man. I think you got to go Saquon. I'm gonna be honest with you. And
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
also, I look at team records too. I look at
Yeah.
team records
100%.
too.
hundred
If their
percent.
Eagles have a better record than the Bills, I think you kind of give the nod to Saquon. But again, if the Bills have a better record than the Eagles, I give the nod to Josh Allen. That's just like if it's that neck and
Neck and neck. Yeah. I feel like Bills win this weekend is cemented.
yeah, okay,
Cemented.
okay.
If the Bills lose, I think it's a tad wide open. I think it's a tad wide open. Between Saquon, Josh, and then someone else. And who knows? Like Mahomes is still not out of this conversation. We saw this last year
He's out,
where
man.
we weren't even talking about
He's out, bro.
Mahomes, and he was right there neck and neck with Lamar.
He's
You know
out.
what I mean?
He's
So
out.
if Mahomes wins out,
He's
gets the
out.
number one seed in the AFC, you got to include the conversation. If Josh Allen fumbles this Lions game, and I don't know who else they have to play, but if he fumbles this game, but Saquon, that's the thing. Saquon, like they could lose to the Steelers.
Mhm.
Who knows? Like a lot of factors come into play, and we're changing every week. So
Yeah,
there's
because
more to be discovered.
you remember Eagles last year, 10-1, and then collapsed to the end of the season.
Collapsed,
Just
right?
collapsed. And again, everything is nice, Hershey kisses, Hallmark cards, everything's nice and sweet and rosy, but it almost seems like that city winning is not enough. They always need some drama,
Yeah, yeah,
Wani.
yeah,
They
yeah.
need they need a spark regardless. They
Like
need
it's unbelievable. Like if my team was 11-2,
parties every
I'd
day.
be kick up, bro. Are you crazy?
It's a parade in my
No problems.
city. Facts. Um, okay, so going from one award to another award. Hey man, the whole season, Jaden Daniels has been leading this rookie of the year. Um,
Yeah,
like I look at Bo Nix, I think Bo Nix has taken the number one spot, and he's taken that number one spot a few weeks ago now.
yeah.
It's just like I know Jaden was on a bye week last week, but Bo Nix has
Hmm.
more touchdowns, 17.
Yeah,
Jaden only has 15. Bo Nix has thrown for more yards. So
yeah,
I think Bo Nix is in the lead right now. And this is a kind of a pretty epic collapse by Jaden Daniels to make this happen. He's been leading the rookie of the year for the whole season.
yeah. Um, I still think Jaden Daniels takes it home.
Mm.
I really do. Um, believe last week he played, or the last time he played, he won Offensive Rookie of
He,
the week.
he was nice that year, that week.
You're right, like, that last week. So that helped him and it helped his case, right? It was a huge win. He needs to do more of the same coming off the bye week, right? If the Washington Commanders make playoffs, I think that's all he needs to win that Rookie of the Year.
Mhm.
Um, Likewise with Bo Nix, his team is looking to make the playoffs as well, right? They have a game this week. It'll be a big game. They're favored, and if he is able to pull out a good win, his numbers are looking good. Don't get me wrong, it is a very tight race,
Yeah,
right? Where all it will take is one bad game from either Jaden and Bo Nix to end the race, right? So I feel like at this point, like to start the season to what Jaden Daniels was doing, and then for him to come back and still have a good game, put on an offensive rookie of the week performance, there's a slight edge to him knowing what Washington was, right? And where they are now. Denver, they have Sean Payton, a coach of the year candidate. Um, yes, it's Denver was not a good team last year either. They're the
yeah,
team that lost by 70 points to the Miami Dolphins. So Bo Nix did turn this franchise around too. So
good.
it is a neck and neck race. But I like to say that Jaden Daniels is just slightly ahead. But again, that will change on a flip of a dime if they take a bad loss, either one of these teams.
Yeah, I agree. So this one you're gonna have a little bit of fun with. The Atlanta Falcons. They have proved
Let's
that they are
go, my dirty birds. What are we talking about now? Dirty birds?
they have proved that they are fakers, and they made me believe in a fraudulent quarterback. And I'll take it. Like I'll take the L.
So I was right.
Yeah, you were right. And I'll
So they're
take
not they're not making playoffs.
they're not making playoffs
Okay,
unless,
okay.
unless,
Unless
unless, unless, unless I know he's a rookie, unless tomorrow morning or tonight I hear Michael Penix Jr. is started. And that's probably not gonna happen.
it's not gonna save them regardless. All right. Falcons just have that bad juju. Ever since your boy back there did what he did to that organization, good riddance. It's not meant to be, man. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Kirkio, go in your trap, take over your trap. He hasn't been taking over no traps recently. Tell you that.
Mm. Yeah, the thing is, you have all those guys there. You had a comfortable lead. You had like at least a two
Well,
game
they
lead.
still have a game and a half lead because they
No,
they
no,
swept the
no.
Bucks.
The Bucks are leading right now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The Bucks are
But
leading
if
right
they
now.
were to be tied again, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like they
Mm.
have the head-to-head advantage. So
Yes.
they had a game and a half or almost 2 game
I
lead.
think almost two games they have.
Yeah, having the head-to-head, right? So now to see Bucks in first, crazy times, man. Could have been my Saints, but we're not serious.
Yeah, so to wrap this up, I don't want to go too in depth because I'm gonna crash out. Be dead ass. I'm dead ass gonna crash out Kirk Cousins will never, ever be in top 10 quarterback conversation. I slipped up on that. That's on me. Yeah. But
Roll back the tapes, man. That's all I gotta say. Roll back the tapes. All we gotta say, man.
that one's tough, bro. That one's tough. All right. All right, but let's talk about who we think are going to be the top seeds in each
Mhm,
conference. We've been talking a lot about the Eagles.
mhm.
We slightly spoke about the Lions, but let's start with the NFC first. Who do you see at the end of this season getting that first round playoff bye?
I'm gonna stick with the Lions.
Hmm.
They've been a team that's been solid throughout the whole season, playing the best football. They've lost a lot of key pieces on the defensive side of the ball, and they keep finding ways to win. They have a big game this week, all right? Playing the Buffalo Bills, a red hot Josh Allen, and this will say a lot. Okay, they've passed a lot of tests in this season so far. This is another test that's gonna come up to them and could be a preview of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we'll see how they do. Again, they haven't faced a quarterback like Josh Allen the whole season. So it'll be interesting to see what they're able to do. Uh, Having a defense that's bend but not break.
Hmm.
So we'll see. But again, my pick is the Lions, but again, I could be wrong with a loss this weekend.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna go. Originally, my team to represent the NFC was the Green Bay Packers, but it's
Mm.
just such a tough division. The Lions are up there. Even the Minnesota Vikings are over the
I was
Packers.
about to say, are you gonna go
So
with the dark horse? Pull
so
out the
the
Viking card.
The Vikings are an interesting team. If Sam Darnold was playing like this every week, he would probably be in the MVP conversation also. Very inconsistent.
Yeah,
But if he continues, as you mentioned, Mahomes, he can be that guy that gets in that conversation. Five
yeah,
touchdowns last week,
yeah.
347 yards. He was looking like the franchise guy. Who knows
Yeah,
what the
and
Vikings are gonna do with that quarterback situation? They
yeah,
obviously have McCarthy. They obviously have Daniel Jones. Um,
yeah, they do.
AJ McCarthy, Sam Darnold is going to be a hot commodity.
Yeah,
A hot
yeah, I agree.
commodity.
And it's interesting. We spoke about the best receiver duos
Yeah,
earlier this season,
yeah,
and I don't think we mentioned the Vikings. And looking at Jettas and Jordan Addison,
yeah.
what they've been able to do and how they're talking, they're definitely in that conversation.
They're in that conversation.
They're
They're in
definitely in
that
that conversation for
conversation.
sure.
I
Yeah,
actually, I actually put them right there with Chase and Higgins, man.
yeah,
I put them right there with Chase and Higgins. Obviously, AJ and Devontae are up there too.
yeah.
But where I'm going with this is I do believe in Philly.
Mm.
I don't know what is gonna happen, what is gonna transpire after these events from last week. So
Yeah, because
I'm
it
gonna
could
roll.
spiral. A bad loss
Yeah,
in Philly against the
I know.
Steelers where the passing game looks bad. Oh, it's gonna that's where it starts.
So
That's
I'm
where the
rolling.
avalanche starts.
Yeah. So I'm rolling with you. I'm rolling with you. D-Town, Detroit
Mhm.
Lions. I think they'll get that number one seed. I think they know how big of a game this is. And I actually think they'll take care of business, a steady dose of the running game. And Jared Goff, once he has time, he's one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah.
AFC, number one seed. Who are you leaning towards?
Uh I I gotta say the Chiefs in this one. I gotta say the
The
Chiefs.
luckiest team in the NFL,
Yeah,
man.
the luckiest team. Like I don't want to say it, but they're just gonna get the one seed some way, somehow.
Yeah.
Um, the Bills lose this weekend. It's almost cemented.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless Chiefs slip up against my boy Jambo.
Yeah,
Um, but I doubt it. But I like to say the Chiefs, unfortunately. But yeah.
yeah. So we're two for two on this. I got the Chiefs also. It's just a tough game.
Mhm.
Back-to-back tough games for the Bills and back-to-back NFC opponents for the Bills. So not much tape on these teams.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just gonna be like again, Josh Allen, great player, but you need everybody to produce, right?